Layfield's bringing it up. We got some pressure coming up the side. Back over to Hayden Lloyd, who drops it off to Quentin Layfield. He misses the layup under some pressure there. Bayside bringing up the ball here. Eastside establishing their defense. A shot from the perimeter, and it's a miss. Hayden Lloyd gathers up the rebound. Sorry, that was Middleton that found Hayden Lloyd. Now has the ball. Passes. Nate Mack swings it along the wing over to Quentin. Finishes with the left hand strong. Bayside bringing full court pressure by Quentin, moving through the pressure as Bayside is trying to establish a full press early on in this game. Eastside doing an excellent job here. If you're just joining us live on YouTube, this is Ben Quaife commentating the game here from the Eastside Secondary School, the Raven's Nest, where we've got a great matchup for you today. Bayside is taking on your Eastside Ravens. Early on in the game, we've had some dominant play by Ryan Middleton and Hayden. Eastside as well has been establishing themselves on the defensive end, making it very difficult on Bayside as we're about 4 minutes into the game and it's 7-3. Which one's that feed? Score. The second quarter. How it says second quarter? It shouldn't say second quarter. The ball. Jensen Saver runs it over to Quentin Layfield. Quentin Layfield swings it across to Nate Mack. Nate Mack takes it over to Middleton. Middleton ball up a little bit. Hayden Lloyd drives. No foul called on the play. Lots of there on the drive. Bayside has the ball. Bayside swings the ball up the court. Passes. Misses. Court press is still in effect. So lucky break. Eastside. Let's see what play we get out of downs. We have kick out on the side. Nate Mack from the same position as before. Great looks. Oh, he drives and he misses again. Bayside comes down with the rebound. Bringing the ball up slowly. Travel is called. Bayside's ball. Taking a measured approach, kicks it to the wing, fires up a three and misses. 22 with the rebound. full court press, and that's why you don't do it early in the game. They're still fresh and can move through it. 14 drives on his own, misses. Middleton swings it over to Quentin Layfield. Quentin Layfield holds up, passes it back. Side, bringing the ball up. Heads over to the wing for an open shot. Just airballs it. Through the fingertips of Nate Mack. Need to slow down a little bit here, Eastside does, just to get a little bit of more reins on this game. There we go, we've got a kick back in here. Bayside throws the ball in, give and go play out top. Drives strong with the right hand, and a foul is called. A good foul to take there, he was wide open. Bayside early in the game really using that give and go. And the first shot up, it is good. 9-4 the score with 2 minutes and 35 seconds left. And lays it up and in. Beautiful sequence by Bayside. Got to control the boards. If you're Eastside here, Bayside jumps back into a half-court defense. Quinton controlling the offense out at the top. Layfield kicks it over to Hayden Lloyd. Hayden Lloyd assesses the court. He dekes and he dives and he fires. A jump shot that just misses the back end. Bayside. Before having some success early on that wing, Eastside's going to have to address that. The ball swings. Rebound, no. Rebound goes to Bayside, and we've got a ball out of bounds to Red. Ball kicks across here, and they're driving it in. Nice defense there by Darcy Hollywood. Nate Mack drives on the sidewall, kicks it across to Quentin Layfield. The ball goes out of bounds. It looks like it's Eastside's ball here. We're going to have an inbound play on the far wall. A great pace early on in this game, a tight contested matchup here. A little bit of confusion on the inbounds play, but it's still Eastside's ball. Let's see if they can get into their offense here. These are the little plays within a game that really count and add up. You got to inbound that ball cleanly. They get it out to the wing. They swing it out top to Layfield. Layfield swings it across to Hollywood. Hollywood over to Schaefer. Schaefer out top to Middleton. Middleton with the jumper, and it's good. Excellent ball movement by the Eastside Ravens, and it's 11-8 with 1 minute left in the quarter. Ball gets brought up by Bayside. Bayside comes in, spins, gets his own rebound. It's frantic down in the paint. Lots of activity in action. Relentless play on the offensive end. I will be getting the names of the Bayside players, so you'll just hear numbers for now, but number 14 has really been physical at the start of this game. Here he's up for his free throw, and it's good. 11-9 now with 47 seconds left in the first quarter. Shot number 2 coming in. Hits the back end, but again, Bayside on the offensive glass, but it squirts out to Schaefer. Schaefer from behind. Didn't know the Bayside player was there. What a defensive hustle play by 44 from Bayside. Again, the tempo is excellent in this game. We have an inbounds play here. Let's see if they can dial up something on the baseline for a nice little three-point attempt. Got to start getting on those rebounds. I know, just looking at Coach Q, he's going to be talking to him about those details, right? Getting on that offensive board, and the inbounds play gets knocked by Bayside. They're kicking the ball around, and a three-pointer from the edge, and it's good. Bayside takes its first lead of the game. Following up here, Layfield swings the ball over to Mack. Mack swings it to Hollywood. Hollywood to Layfield in the corner. Had a little bit of an opening, but didn't decide to take it. Kicks it out to Mack instead. Mack swings it to the left side, driving. Possession. 7 seconds left. Bayside's going to have to move the ball up quickly. Eastside's going to pressure the ball. No fouls here late in the quarter. He brings it all the way in, a little out of control. Nice rebound by Eastside. And we end the first quarter, 12-11. You know, I got to say, that was quite the action. It's been a while since Mr. Quaife has seen a high school basketball game. All right. Yeah, speaking to the coaches before the game, they really did identify that this offense runs right through Hayden Lloyd and Nate Mack, and that was evident there in that first quarter. Nate Mack really doing a good job of carrying the offense, swinging the ball around. You could see once they got the ball movement cooking, they were able to make some open shots, but it's those details like the offensive rebounding on those. The glass whenever possible. If you want it more than the other team. But Eastside's going to really have to start controlling the pace of the game. They're going to have to start to fight through that full court pressure here and find a way to start getting some offense off of that full court pressure. If you break the full court pressure, then you're in behind two defenders. And you've got yourself a little bit of a 4-on-3. So let's see if they can go ahead and solve that riddle. Layfield swings it across to Hollywood. Hollywood out top. Assesses the situation and passes it off to Hayden Lloyd. Hayden Lloyd. Marcel brings it back up the court. Marcel swings it along the wing. To Chase, and Chase gets his own rebound and up and in again. Swings it across to Nate Mack. Nate Mack. Bayside swings the ball around, kicks it over to the side wing. Oh, I'm not sure what's happening here. Looks like we've got a little bit of a timeout happening here. Good chance for their Eastside Ravens to dial in some plays that is going to address the pressure they've been facing on the defensive end. Also, though, they have to start to prevent that ball from getting thrown into the paint. Control the paint, control the game. I was speaking to senior boys coach, Mr. Myers, before the game, and again, he reiterated that Nate Mack can be one of the hottest shooters in all the Bay Quinte. However, early in the game, they've had a hard time getting open looks. If he can get some open looks and settle in behind the three-point line, he can do some damage out here. Look for that as the game transpires. Eastside to inbound the ball from the far wing. Quentin Layfield brings the ball up the court. Followed in closely by Middleton. Swings it over to Mack. Hayden Lloyd swings it back to Mack. There's the open look we were talking about, just slightly off. Bayside moves the ball up the court, looking to capitalize off the miss. Swings it back to number 14. 14 swings it over to 21. Back into the paint, and just misses. Bayside to inbound the ball down low. They kick out, and then they leave it open in the middle, but nice contested shot there. A lot of ball. Hayden Lloyd is contesting that call, and I am too. A lot of ball there. Could just be a play on, but it's all right. Left side of the rim. Now let's see if defensive boards out. Back and then kicks it into the middle. Follows his own pass, and Layfield lays it over on the side for him. Middleton swings it over to Mack. Mack gets contested on the side, but pushed out of bounds. Thank you. Numbers. Sorry. Found by Shaver on the far wall. are back there. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Middleton has the ball on the inside, puts it up, draws the foul. Great attempt there, and that's what you have to do when the defense is being aggressive. You have to go up into that aggression, get your shot off, and hope that the ref sees the contact. Almost was a three-point play. 2 shots for Ryland Middleton. Been impressed with Middleton's play so far. On the defensive end, he's been using his defensive skills to capitalize and turn defense into offense. Let's see if he can cash in here on these 2 free throws. First shot's just short. Just short. Attempt number 2 coming in and hits the back end. Here we have Marcel Nye bringing the ball up the court. Swings it over to the wing. Drives and isos, dishes it off. Back out up top for the 3. No good off the back end, and beautiful rebound by Hayden Lloyd. 3 minutes and 18 seconds left. He wheels the ball all the way up the court. Euro steps it in with the left hand. Bayside bringing the ball back up the court. Steps in, dishes off. Hayden Lloyd with excellent defense again. He is all over the basketball court tonight. Isaac Kerr inbounds the ball. Marcel Nye takes it on the wing. Drives with the left hand. Enters the paint and lays it in. They do not have an answer for him tonight. He has been dominant in this first quarter of play, in this first half. Eastside swings it over to Nate Mack. Nate Mack misses the 3. Kicks it down low. Turnover by Middleton. Marcel Nye brings it back up the court. Flips it off and dishes over to Kerr. Kerr goes through the legs and dishes it back out top to 16. There's a fight for the ball. We have a jump ball. Great defense by Eastside. Eric Bell was frantically looking for a teammate, but while he was looking for the teammate, Eastside tied him up defensively. Here we have Kerr inbounding. Kerr with the inbound over to Naya up top. That's where they're going to be going. Might want to start doubling him early and see if they can get the ball in somebody else's hand. Wide open shot. Miss. Rebound though, just finding Naya all night long, and he goes into the paint and scores another 2 points. 5-point lead for Bayside late into the first half. Up top, Layfield swings it over to Mack. Mack out top, swings it to Hollywood. Hollywood into Middleton, or into Hayden Lloyd, sorry. Nate Mack positions the ball over top. Hayden Lloyd up top for the 3. Hits the back end of the rim. Bayside swings the ball up the court. Kerr drives and misses. Lloyd with the rebound again. Brings it back up. Lloyd swings the ball back out top to Quentin Layfield. Layfield and Lloyd exchange the ball. Mack up top for his 3, and it's good. That's the shooting we were looking for. Let's see if that gets Nate some confidence as he continues on in this game. He's had lots of great looks, able to cash in that one. Marcel Nye drives the ball through the defense, but he's denied by Lloyd. Mack with the ball, feeling confident after that 3-pointer. Is he going to step back and hit it? Just misses. Kerr with the rebound. Naya brings the ball up the court. Throws it into the paint, but Eastside's guarding that play now. Kerr rejected by Middleton. Middleton been strong in the paint. Lloyd brings the ball back up the court. That's got to be a blocking foul. Nice, it is. Excellent way to turn the miss into offense. That's what you do here. For success, you're going to have to turn misses into your offense. Driving the ball. Defense didn't have their feet set. Now we have 2 shots here for Hayden Lloyd. Cashes on the first one. We're cutting the lead to 22-21. 1 point lead for Bayside here with 42 seconds left in the second quarter. Next shot's up. Rims out. Rebound by Middleton. Oh, and he just lets it slip through his grasp. Kerr brings the ball up the side wing. Kerr swings it over to 44. 44 to 20. 20 drives in deep. They've got the ball deep in the paint, and that has been a recipe for success for Bayside. They score 2. Layfield here with 23 seconds left in the game drives the ball up the court. Passes it off to Mack. We've got to get some movement out here. Players are a little tired, but let's see if they can come out of this with something. Ball kicks off of Middleton's foot. It looks like the call, yep, it's Bayside's ball. I thought I saw it go off Middleton's foot. Strong defense here. 3 points is what's separating these two teams. Kerr grabs the ball. We don't want a blocking foul late, though. Hollywood tries to get in the lane. Kerr is a moving freight train out there. 2 shots coming. That's why you don't want to take fouls late, especially with short time on the clock. You have to be situationally aware. So the ball was, frantically being taken up the court by Bayside. Sometimes you just have to back off, let them go into your pressure, and then you make your move. If you're not set, you're going to get called pretty well every single time. This is a special opportunity for me as the communications teacher at Eastside Secondary School to welcome you into the broadcast and thank my production team. I have an amazing team of students broadcasting today's game for you. And stay tuned as we have a senior game action immediately following this. So a bit of a double header for you on a Wednesday. We got our crack staff on camera operation. Got Peyton Brandt, Jason Wainwright, got Trayvon on audio, Michael Kowal directing. Regan here for the sideline cam op once we get that up and running. Who knows? And don't forget Rowan Koenig, who's going to be handling our sideline interviews. Pretty full crowd for tonight's game. It's nice to see. 2 shots late here. Let's see if we can capitalize. We have 8 seconds after the 2 free throws. We've got to control the rebound. And we've got to move the ball up quickly and hopefully get an attempt off. Closely match-up game, though. I anticipate this game being close right down to the stretch. Kerr front ends the free throw, and it goes in. 25 to 21 for Bayside. Attempt number 2 is up, and it is good. Eastside about to inbound the ball. Full court pressure by Bayside. 6 seconds left in the quarter. Can't get the ball out. It's a turnover. And we're going to go into halftime with the score 26 to 21. We're going to reposition some of our cameras here, and we will join you in about 10 minutes for the start of the second half. Okay. It was a good first half. I thought that there was shades and pockets where Eastside really played well. I thought Middleton did an excellent job of controlling the ball in the paint, and Hayden Lloyd did a really good job of turning his defense into offense. Nate Mack needs to start cashing in on some of his offensive possessions here. Absolutely. I think that they can. They're a pretty evenly matched team. They really need to start controlling what Marcel Nye does. He's been able to get the ball into the interior quite frequently throughout the game. So we'll see if Eastside can address that. Nate Mack kicks it up to Layfield. Layfield brings it across the court, swings it over to Middleton. Middleton over to Schaefer. Schaefer with the three, just off. Again, all night long, just slightly off on those shots. Kerr brings it down, gets his own rebound, hooks it in like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Eastside's down by 5 here, stuck by 5. Got some confusion on some of the scorekeeping, I think. Maybe that's what is causing the delay here. Yeah.
So Eastside's been doing pretty well the last few years when it comes to basketball. One of our well-known performance sports. I know that we have played Nicholson in the finals. I believe it was a year or two ago.
Yeah.
So hopefully that we can continue possibly getting.
Augie's down.
That was aired on Eastside.
Yeah. Well, we'll continue to bring the action if they. Oh, and Layfield with the 3 on the perimeter. Layfield, he's up out top, but they cannot stop Marcel Nye from penetrating this defense. Zone defense, they kick it around, they swing it out to the wing, underneath to Lloyd. Lloyd misses off the back end. Marcel Nye to bring the ball up the court here. Ball comes up the court, swings over, Euro step, and in. Cam Nikemka. Schaefer out of balance, passes it back to Layfield, but Layfield, relentless on the ball, kicks it over to Schaefer. Now they've got possession here. Need to slow things down. Bring it back out top. Look at the swinging, the ball movement over off to the wing. Mack gets the ball onto the wing. Pressure from Bayside. He pops open on the side baseline for 3 and just rims out. Oh, ball comes flying past Middleton. Didn't even see it as it was kicked out. They kick it over to the wing, 44 for his 3, and he's off. Layfield with the long rebound. However, again, you just have to take that extra second before you throw the ball up court. Take your time, get the rebound. Instead, it's Bayside's ball, back into the paint. Drives with the left hand and misses off the back end. Schaefer with the board, assesses the court, slowing things down. We have Layfield bringing the ball back up the court, swings it over to Mack. Mack isos and comes in, and he travels. Everything is just a little bit too rushed, but that's part of development in basketball. You'll see that, in fact, sometimes doing less is more in this game. Chip away, right? Chip away, Michael. Naya comes up with the ball. He's been the generator of their offense today. Nikemka swings the ball back to Naya. Into the middle with Kerr. Kerr, jumper, off. Lloyd grabs the rebound, swings it over to Layfield. Layfield brings it up to Middleton. Middleton pops, jumps off the end glass and just misses. Bit violent there by Bayside on the rebound. Good job of the rebound, but I don't know if I like the throwing the player down on the ground afterwards. Schaefer throws the ball up. Lloyd basically running out of the gymnasium to try to catch up to it. Inbounds here from Bayside. Kicks it up to Kerr. Kerr jogs the ball up the court. Calls out his plays, looking for a pick out top. Pick didn't come, but he just swings it over to the side to Naya. Marcel Naya swings it back over to Kerr. Good defense by Eastside, keeping their zone running. 25 launches it up in the air, off the front rim. Lloyd with the rebound, kicks it over to Layfield. Layfield brings the ball up the court, kicks it over to Schaefer. Returns it back over to Layfield. Layfield swings it to Mack. Mack up top, swings it over to Schaefer. Schaefer assesses, doesn't like it, kicks it back to Mack. Mack into Middleton. Middleton kicks it back over to Schaefer. And looks like that was a defensive foul called on Bayside. Good ball movement by Eastside there, and then just trying to get the ball into the paint. Forces Bayside to make a mistake and take a foul. Schaefer inbounds it. Kicked out to the wing by Mack, and Mack hits his three. That's how you do it. Thompson over on the side wing, kicks it over to Nakemka. Nakemka misses. Nate Mack with the rebound, but Naya wanted it more. He has been a menace on the glass, but so does Lloyd. Furious action. We've got bodies going everywhere. Bayside retains the ball. Naya penetrates in, and he is fouled. The physicality of Naya has been a presence in this entire game.
The guests are currently up to 2 fouls.
Thompson fakes and then drops it off into Middleton. Schaefer gets the ball out of the wing, doesn't like what he sees, kicks it back to Middleton. Middleton pops, jumps, off. Tweedy with the rebound. Pump fake that ball. Oh, Tweedy is a menace on the glass. Lost the jump ball there, but let's see if we can continue to get some of that. I love that offensive rebounding that I'm seeing out of Tweedy.
The offensive rebounding has been very good. Even Bayside definitely has been doing well. If their net is getting, they try to shoot on their net. Bayside has been doing their best to bring it back into the away side of the court.
It's amazing what getting offensive rebounds can do, or defensive rebounds. It can really sway the game, right? Because you're in your offense, and maybe you don't capitalize on an open shot, but then you get to continue your offense, or vice versa. Defensively, you're putting up stops, but if you can't get the rebounds and the ball is, going back to the offensive possession, it's putting extra work that you don't need on your team, right? And it's evident that we're seeing some of the starters for Eastside having to work extra tonight. When the game is in flow and these boards can get collected regularly by Eastside, then we're going to be in a better position.
Well, that's exactly it. And hopefully our boys, they're currently in a timeout at the moment. Hopefully they can really hammer that home, and they can start to readjust their playing strategies to accommodate Bayside in their rebounds.
Now, Michael, is this when's the last basketball game you attended?
That I commentated or that I have done?
Yeah, let's take me back to the first time that you ever did production on a basketball game.
2 years ago now it's been.
Two.
I was commentated for part of it, and I haven't done it since for pretty much any sport.
Well, we're happy to have you back in the booth. As we return to action, Kerr inbounds the ball to Naya. Naya penetrating the top of the zone defense. Doesn't like what he sees, kicks it back over to Kerr. Kerr switches it over to Nakemka. Three-pointer from the side, off. Naya on that glass again. And causing mayhem, and it's possession to Bayside. See those extra possessions that Bayside's able to get here.
That is really what's bringing them ahead in this match, and that's where Eastside, we have to try and steal them ahead.
We have to start controlling those boards, boxing out. Tweedy's got a big frame on him here. Let's see if he can start neutralizing Naya. As you can see, they're staying with their zone. We got lots of movement by Bayside. They kick it out. The miss, but Nakemka gets the rebound. And Bayside turns the ball over. Layfield drives it down, goes to the right hand, and is fouled hard. Great effort there by Layfield. Nakemka hit him hard. Two shots incoming for Layfield. Layfield swishes the first shot. Eastside stuck 6 here late in the third quarter. And the next shot is up and good. Layfield cashes in 2 free throws. Inbounding the ball, we got Naya coming up for Bayside. Let's see how they plan to neutralize him as he tries to penetrate the zone defense. Push to the wing. He's frantic. Kicks it out. Drive in from Seniak. Seniak out of control and throws the ball away. Eastside ball, Hollywood to possibly the best name in high school basketball, Hollywood. Inbounds the ball up to Layfield. Layfield calls out his play. He wants Mack to swing to the other side of the court. Mack swings to the other side of the court. They run a pick over to Mack. Mack swings it into Middleton. Middleton kicks it back to Mack. Mack for the 3. It's good! Nate Mack finding his range. 2-point deficit as Eastside has cut the lead here in the second half. Naya drives, left hand, up, no good. Rebound to Kerr. Kerr underneath, he misses. Layfield with the ball. Eastside has a chance to tie this game or take the lead with a 3. Layfield swings it across to Hollywood. Hollywood on the wing, drives the lane. Out top to Nate Mack. Nate Mack drives to the sideline. Middleton from deep. No. Oh, slightly off.
It's currently a close game, though. Eastside's currently just down by 2, so hopefully they can shoot another hoop.
They've really done a
and
good job here in this second half of keying in. Seniak from 3 misses. Hollywood comes down with the board. Layfield again trying to tie this game. Comes across and he wants to work on that side wing with Mack. Mack looking for his pick. He comes off the pick, shoots the 3. It's good!
Eastside's currently up
From
by 1.
Ajax.
And there's currently 1 minute left in the period, and Eastside has just got ahead of the score.
1-point lead. Naya spins, fires, out of control. That could be easily a foul on Naya on the rebound play there. They let it go. Milton swings it over to Mack, who's feeling really good right now. He's made his last 2 3-point attempts. Over to Layfield up top. Pressure comes in, and we've got a foul out top. Eastside is exerting themselves in this game. That's that type of pressure that you get off of getting those rebounds.
There's currently 30.3 seconds left in the game. Well, we're on a bit of a break here. Ben, how about you tell us about how some of your past basketball experiences as well? I've seen some old photos of you when you were younger, wearing an all-star shirt. So why don't you talk about that?
Oh, no. Yes, Mr. Quaife used to play high school basketball. I'm like a That Layfield is like a young Mr. Quaife out there. I may have had actually floppier hair. But that's for the next halftime, Michael.
Exactly. I'll make sure to insert a photo of it too.
So coming off of a miss by Eastside, Bayside drives the lane, goes up, kisses the glass, but misses off the front end. Middleton grabs the ball, 7 seconds, short time. He throws up a three, misses off the front end, 3 seconds left. 2, 1, Seniak throws it up. And he just misses off the front end. What a quarter of play. Eastside Ravens end the third quarter, 35-34.
We're now going into the fourth period, and it's really close game, so it's anybody's game at this point.
It really
Hopefully
is.
Eastside can pull through at this time, but who knows at this moment.
It's anybody's game, and you know what? Kudos to the coaching staff. They've really made an adjustment on Naya. Naya was dominating this game, and he still is. But what they're trying to do is prevent him from driving the lane, and whenever he drives the lane, you'll see he's getting second, third shot opportunities. So if they can do their best to keep him from getting into that paint and start to really stay within their structure and their defense, they're going to continue to exert pressure on the Bayside shooters. And hopefully, if they can control the glass, they're going to be successful here in taking this win home. But it's going to be tight.
We have some really good, the coaching staff is really great. We have Q for Eastside Secondary, and then we have Miss Parr for Bayside. If you believe it or not, Miss Parr used to actually teach at Eastside and was part of the last few episodes of Raven TV before we decided to put it to a halt for a first semester or so.
Miss Parr has a wonderful reputation here at Eastside. I'm so happy that everything is worked out with her new position at Bayside, where she is taking on art, I believe.
Exactly, yes. And Q's done a lot for Eastside as well. I know he's been basketball for at least the last 2 years, which is how long I've been at Eastside, but probably for a lot longer.
Say hello. All right, as the fourth quarter is about to kick off here, we've got the Ravens and Bayside here at the Ravens Nest at Eastside Secondary School on Farley Avenue. Junior boys clinging to a 1-point lead that they wrestled away in the third quarter off some wonderful shooting by Nate Mack here, who's about to inbound the ball. Quentin Layfield has been controlling the offense. Let's see how this fourth quarter plays out. Layfield swings the ball into the open court. Kicks it to Mack, and Mack returns it. Goes through the legs and over to the side for Mack. Just off of his hands and out of bounds. Ball goes to Bayside. Bayside about to inbound the ball on the side wall. It's Kerr. Kerr swings the ball into Naya. Naya calling out his offense here. Looking for a pick out in the middle. The pick comes. He swings it over to the side for Seniak. Seniak misses the three. Hollywood on the board again. He has been great on the defensive rebounds today. Mack swings the ball up court, swings it over to the left wing with Middleton. Middleton drives the lane, kicks it out. Layfield fires a three and misses. And in! Kendrick comes into the game for the first possession, and he scores off the back glass. Naya surveying the defense here, swings it over to Kerr. Some confusion about the play calling. Kerr launches a three. It's out. It's no good. And then they step out of bounds. It is Eastside's ball. Hollywood doing an excellent job on the glass, just boxing out the defender, preventing him from being able to reach the ball. Inbounds it to Layfield. Layfield assesses the court. Swiftly passes it over to Mack. Mack returns it back to Layfield and then runs across the back baseline, pops it on the other side. Mack now assessing. It looks like he's going to launch a three. Oh, and just slightly off. Hollywood on the board, but Naya defensively has been a monster in this game. Naya drives the lane. Euro step, left hand, rolls it in. Layfield brings the ball back up court. Swings it over on the wing. Three-pointer incoming from Mack and misses. Little confusion on the inbounds, and it's Eastside's ball. If you're just joining us today, it has been an excellent game here in the Ravens' Nest. Back and forth battle between Bayside and Eastside Ravens. This game is brought to you by Raven TV. Mack swings it out top to Schaefer. Schaefer over to Mack. Mack fires. It's good.
Whoa. Eastside's currently up by 4 points at this time.
Eastside starting to find their range. Naya, though, drives, kicks up, misses off the back end. A little too strong. Kicks it back to Kerr. Kerr drives, misses with the right hand. Schaefer with the rebound. Eastside brings the ball back up court. Stolen by Seniak. A little bit of confusion out top, but Max got it again. Launches another three. Nate Mack from distance. They do not have an answer for the Mack attack. Nate Mack has really been making a difference in this game.
Well, that's, yeah, he really has, and that's been really a different thing for Eastside. And really, we're hoping to just continue with what we're going with. And right now, we're currently 7 points ahead. So hopefully, we can push it ahead. He's been getting the last 3 pointers, actually. The last three 3-pointers. And really, it's been just quite good.
After coming out a little bit cold to start the game, he was just slightly off on the back. He was missing on the back end of the rim, which generally means that the adjustment can be made. He has made that in the second half. He is confidently going up, dropping those buckets. And you could see how lethal the three-point can be. They were stuck 6 with about 4 minutes left in the third quarter. And now, as you can see, they are up 6. So swings of possession when you're making three-point shots in any level of basketball, but especially at levels like this where the points in the game are hard to come by.
Well, exactly. So right now we're just hoping that we can keep this lead. And if any luck is on our side and if our players play the best they can, we will continue to go up more.
Kerr inbounds the ball to Naya. Naya brings the ball swiftly up court, calls out his play, looking for a pick in the middle. They enter the ball into the paint with Nakemka. Nakemka runs a backside pick on Layfield. Naya unable to penetrate the offense. Number 20 drives for Bayside, goes up with the left hand. No one there for the board, though. And we've got Bayside ball. Just those little details like staying on the glass will really make a difference here if they can try to tuck this game away late. Thompson entering the game for Bayside. He's been good on the glass. Thompson has it out top, fires, and makes.
Hey.
Thompson with a two-pointer from deep. Layfield, who's really been controlling this offense all night, swings it across to Lloyd, all the way to Schaefer. Schaefer from the corner brings it out top. Middleton. Pump steps, throws it into the paint, and it's Bayside's ball.
Eastside is currently trying to defend, and hopefully we can just keep up our streak and just, and let's hope we can get this rebound down to the away team side.
Lloyd throws the ball across the middle, recklessly, unable.
Eastside's currently on their home side. Hopefully that they can defend from Bayside's player.
Lloyd's
and
got the ball. He brings it across the middle.
Into enemy territory.
Lots of contact.
And,
and he just falls out of bounds. We've got some relentless defense happening out there from number 20 on Bayside, Thompson. Coming into the game, really making a hard push and effort. Coach Q, we've got him talking with Lloyd here. Just probably telling him, just slow the game down a little bit, right? You get the ball in open court, the worst thing you can do is rush. You need to kind of slow this game down. You got the lead. Let's use the time effectively. Let's kind of try to set up our offense, right, and don't try to rush things.
If we just take the game at maybe a bit of a slower pace, we can maybe hopefully widen the gap on our end, and maybe it'll be possible to just, even if we're playing slower, still be able to get close to as many points because we're not rushing, we're not getting out of bounds at times, hopefully not getting any fouls either.
Well, the clock's your friend in this particular instance, and you couldn't have said it any better. Late, you don't want to be giving them any free buckets here. Everything contested, but let's contest appropriately. Let's not have any unnecessary fouls. Don't give them any free baskets.
Well, that's exactly it, yes. And we're going back from this timeout now.
Mac feeling pretty good here. Bayside ball on the far baseline. Kurd inbounds it. Inbounds it to Naya. Naya brings the ball swiftly up the court, drives the left side. Heads down, kicks it over to the side for Thompson. Thompson's too strong. Naya, though, gets the glass. Middleton wrestling with Naya for the ball.
And that was a really good save. They had a few very good shots, but Eastside managed to play it off.
That possession arrow should change. Bayside got the jump ball there, it looks like, so I'm surprised that the possession arrow hasn't changed. However, let's not worry about that. Kerr inbounds it down low. Throws the ball onto the court. It just wobbles away. Seniak pump fakes, drives the lane. Thompson on the side wall. Throws it up and one.
There's another 2 points for Bayside. And now it's even slower to 43-40.
Thompson doing an excellent job of driving the lane, getting the shot up. And, you know, let's see if he can cash in the three-point play here as this game becomes even tighter down the stretch. Thompson fires away. Just short. Rebound by Lloyd. Mack here is trying to get this offense back running. Lloyd.
He's currently in enemy territory, so let's hope that we can.
And he rolls it in. Beautiful job of getting into the paint there, finishing at the basket. Naya stutter steps, spins, kicks. Seniak over to the wing for Kerr. Kerr drops across and just misses.
Eastside's really trying to make sure that it's really trying to close this gap now. Hopefully, they can work a bit on their defense at the.
Mac bang! He is unstoppable from three. That was the scouting report from the coaching staff. They said that Mac can get hot and make threes in a hurry. You're seeing that in the second half. Naya down low, though, trying to reestablish some offense, and he misses. Let's see if we can stretch the gap here as they lead by 8. Drives and in. Hayden Lloyd. 10-point lead for your Eastside Ravens. The biggest of the game so far.
With Eastside currently ahead, now it's just a matter of they got to keep it slower and work on their defense for most of it. Some of their offense plays have been very, very good at the time being. It's just a matter of mostly, will we be able to just maintain what we're at? Well, on this timeout, we have less than 3 minutes in the game, and we're really just wondering, what is going to happen? Is this timeout really going to be what makes or breaks Eastside, or are we just going to be stuck like?
Well, when you're Bayside here, you know you're just looking to do the things that were making you successful early in the game. They were getting onto the glass. They were getting extra second, third shot opportunities. So you still have a lot of time here. You know, it's really. It's a 4-possession game, so you have to sort of just chip away. But if you can get some quick baskets, here early, and you'll see they're going to run a play up top with Naya. Naya and Kerr swings it over to Seniak. Seniak mishandles the ball, but he's got it back. But then the ball bounces right to Eastside. All the bounces going our way. Mack flings it over to Layfield. Layfield has a little stutter step, a little bit of problem. Seniak is causing some disruption. The ball returns to Middleton. Middleton swings it over to Lloyd. Let's slow this game down, Lloyd says. Goes through the legs. Seniak frantically looking for a turnover. Can't find it. Layfield wide open and just off the backside. Gets it back into the paint. They're kicking it back out. Take our time here. I love the approach from Eastside. Swings it over to Mack. Mack tries to drive and find somebody. Middleton underneath, wide open. 2 points for Middleton, and we have stretched the lead to 12. Naya furiously bringing the ball up the court, trying to close this gap. Kicks in, gets in, cannot make the layup. Swings to Thompson. Thompson aggressively goes in, kicks it back over to Nekemka. Seniak fires from three, miss. Naya collects the offensive rebound. He has been excellent out there all night. Seniak pump fakes, does not jack up the open shot. Naya penetrates, gets it in, and takes a hard foul. Naya has not changed his approach all game. For me, has been one of Bayside's most dominant players tonight. Really, really aggressive out there on the offensive end. Working very hard for all of his baskets.
Exactly. Eastside's really managed to widen the gap right now. It's still 12 points, and that's not really big in the grand scheme of things, but still, it can be what makes and breaks.
That time clock's your best friend right now, Kowal.
If Eastside can find out some way to run it down, then we really will be in a good position, Quave.
Naya here for his second shot. Got to control this rebound. He makes it, he swishes. I think we've got an 11-point lead here. Our score clock's out. 1 minute and 20 seconds left in the game. Schaefer kicks it out top. Lloyd wants to slow things down. Calls a pick over. Layfield and Lloyd using the clock, draining the clock, forcing Bayside to make a decision. Naya. Oh, he goes down. He goes for the jam. Ball goes up to Middleton. They need to slow this thing down. That's out of bounds, but they didn't call it. And Bayside swings the ball back up with a chance to narrow this lead. Ball gets knocked away and goes to Eastside. Beautiful defensive play. I believe it was Layfield that got his hand in.
Right now,
this game needs to be slowed down here.
Well, that's exactly what I was about to say, Quay. Bayside really seems to be rushing it, and that was very apparent in that bit of a breakaway they had. It was just really, it could have been a made shot, but they really just focused on speed, which really did not help them out in that scenario.
Desperation here. 47 seconds left at Bayside, misses a three. Lloyd brings the ball up the court, not going to foul. Instead, electing to just run this game out. If you're Eastside, just keep dribbling the ball on the outside here. Let the game clock drip off. And this one is going to come down. And it looks like Eastside is going to secure the W here, barring any miracles.
Anything's still possible, but from the looks of it, there's currently 11-point gap. So right now, it does look like Eastside will win.
Eastside inbounds the ball. Lloyd wrestles with Kerr, gets the ball. Schaefer inbounds the ball to Layfield. Layfield swiftly moves it out top. Foul on the top end as Kerr is starting to realize they need to start fouling. They should have fouled about 30 to 40 seconds ago. But strategies come into play, and you know what? That benefits Eastside, so we'll take it.
Well, currently right now, they have their flight or fight instincts, and they're trying to fight at this point, and they just should have kicked in a bit sooner.
Foul again out top as we're going to get into bonus time here soon. Again, though, this game is is over at this point. Eastside is going to take home the win.
And it looks like Bayside might have a bit of a breakaway.
Kicks it back.
And they scored.
And good.
Currently 10
Bayside
seconds left
drops a
on the
late bucket here. But we are in cleanup time.
Oh.
Layfield trips across the shoe.
clock. Currently put on as a foul towards Bayside. And it looks like that Eastside will be getting a free throw. Free throw. Sorry about that, folks. I guess I haven't had enough water today.
Or do you want me to do it?
Okay.
We're hoping to get an interview with Nate Mack after this game, as his three-point shooting really swayed the result of this game in the second half. So stay tuned. Hopefully we can get him interviewed. Quentin Layfield here connects. We got a 10-point lead. 3, 2, 1. Bring out the salami and cheese. Eastside Ravens take down the victory in the first of our doubleheader tonight. Stay tuned to our feed, as we'll be bringing you the senior boys.
Well, that was a
Later
very
on.
good game played by both Eastside and Bayside. Luckily, Eastside was able to pull a bit of through, and I guess their fans, the families, and their players are really happy right now. So let's hope we can get to talk with one in a few minutes.
Try to take home the overall lead in this season.
You know what? We won that game from defense and intensity. We keep that up in practice, cutting, doing the extra things. We win those games.
All right, now when you make a three, what's your celebration? I saw that out there.
You gotta let them know. Let them know it's chilly. Let them know it's chilly.
There you have it. It's chilly out there, but it's because this guy's raining threes. Nate, best of luck to you the rest of the season. And that's it for this game. Join us for the next game in about 15 minutes live on YouTube. brings the ball back up the court. Fouled on the play. Ron from Bayside with the foul. Lachlan Stewart to inbound the ball for Eastside. Calls it his play. Move it around to Lavender, kicks it into the paint. Down low. Side. And good. Eastside dominating the glass early in this game. Across. Using on the court. Eastside in the bonus. Fusion has the call on the court here. Right now they're just trying to determine if it was an intentional foul here. We'll take a pause while they sort this out. This game is brought to you today by Raven TV, production staff here. Lachlan Stewart to shoot the bonus. No good. I always hated shooting the bonus in basketball because no one's on the court with me. Second attempt. He switches it around. 1 for 2 on that exchange. 14-9 here early in the first quarter. Newsom looking to connect on this free throw. Newsom fires it. That's good. Newsom for his second free throw attempt and misses. Both teams basically exchange free throws. 15-10 is the score. Thomas is inbounding the ball for Bayside here as we have a new player checking in. It's Justin Baker. Justin Baker checks in at forward. Thomas inbounds the ball, kicks it in to Tesaurus. Tesaurus kicks it back out to Heath. Heath swings it across to Braun. Braun misses from downtown. Theo Lavender brings the ball swiftly up the court.
I'll be right back.
Bayside, after a sloppy play on the inbounds or on the throw it, pass into the paint, Newsom throws it through, and the ball is now Eastside's ball.
Thank you very much to everybody who's still here right now. We've had a few technical difficulties currently after this second game, including a small little power outage.
Well, power outages are all things that happen when you are live broadcasting and you have the cable that's right near walking distance.
There's no such thing as a seamless production, and today is your proof.
It sure is. All right, Thomas inbounds the ball to Braun. Braun assesses the court, passes it over on the wing. Ball got scrambled out. Tesaurus able to return the ball to Braun. Braun swings it over to the wing. Kicks it back in and out to Heath. Heath and Braun exchange the ball out top. Relentless defense here by Kerslake. Ball goes into the paint for Thesaurus. Good, Thesaurus. Shot clock ran out, And then Eastside throws the ball away down the court. Okay. Braun out top. Misses the shot. Gotta get them names in the future.
Just in case you're wondering, this is Romanides.
True shot is what he said.
Oh no, under it.
This is true shot. Okay.
Who's 13? He's right there.
Oh.
Bayside brings the ball back down and scores 2 points.
We're currently with less than a minute left to go in the period, and Eastside's really been giving it their all right now. I know Bayside senior team is quite difficult. Oh.
Barberstock drove the side. Ball's out of bounds. Actually, it's a foul called. Sorry, I missed the play there. Just getting my game notes here. Ethan Story at the line. 4-2.
Eastside is getting a free throw here.
Oh, no.
And it was a miss.
Don't zoom. Don't zoom. Just keep it. We have a bit of a tie up there, and the bench explodes for the effort there by Barberstock. Love to see the intensity here on the court and on the bench as well. Braun brings the ball up court. Swings it over to Trushaw. Trushaw. Drives the lane, Kerslake. Bounce the ball. Flips it over to Tucker.
Kerslake, dribble penetration. Barberstock gets a late shot in the corner, and the bench goes wild.
That's how it's pronounced.
At this point, I'm just trying to run jumping off a bridge.
And as play is paused here, just a reminder that the score is 17-12 for Eastside Ravens. A pretty good quarter of basketball from both teams. A little sloppy play here or there, but for the most part, pretty good quarter of play. Again, as I check through my game notes here, Joshua Brandt also, look for him on the defensive end. Joshua is number 21 for the Eastside Ravens. Look for him to make an impact defensively in this game. Aiden Crawford had a couple of big rebounds in that first quarter as well. Who's 15? Eastside goes to swing the ball in the inside, and it is denied. We have Weitzman into the game. Aiden goes for the screen out top. Swings it over to Story. Story underneath Aiden. It gets dribbled out of his hands. Bayside grabs the ball and collects it. Heads up the court. Braun kicks it in to Truhaas. Truhaas misplaces the ball, and Story gathers it up and heads back down court. Story brings it into Aiden Crawford. Aiden Crawford just has the ball knocked away, but it's knocked away by Bayside. Tucker to inbounds. Tucker inbounds to Story. Story assesses the court, brings it up. Story swings it over to Weitzman. Weitzman back down to Tucker. Up top to Story. Weitzman for three, and he's off. Truhaas drives the lane. Denied by Story. Story furiously brings it up the court. Drives to his right, kicks it back out top. Nope, thought about kicking it back out top. Goes down low to Crawford. Back to Story. Story for three. Just long. Rebound goes to Bayside. Braun brings the ball back up to the court. Goes behind the back, through the legs. Dipsy-doodling up top here. Braun looking for the play. Doesn't have a pick. He sees the pick now, and he goes over to the right side. Braun inbounds it into Truhaas. Truhaas over to Newson, who gets fouled on the play. Who's spelling this?
I know, it's brown.
Apologies in advance if some of these names are wrong. I'm just checking the notes for the first time. The joys of a secondary school live broadcast. You'd rather hear player names, though, than numbers, I'm sure. Ball gets inbound, goes down low to Romanidis. Truhaas fights through some defensive pressure. Ball gets swung out to Brown. Brown from downtown misses. Rebound goes to Eastside. Good fight for the ball by Lachlan Stewart. Ball goes into Weitzman at the side corner and out of bounds. Weitzman inbounds from the far wall. Got an inbounds happening from the far corner here. Eastside swings the ball out.
Michael, we gotta turn autofocus off. It's killing us. Autofocus is killing us. We gotta turn it off. It's on the back function of the camera. It's on the function button. What's that?
And he's pinned off in the corner looking for help. Throws it across to number 7, Romanidis. cuts over to Truhaas. Truhaas inside of the paint. Spins and rejected by Crawford. Ball squirts to Story and he throws it over on the side wing. 4-3 miss. Straight to number 12. Ball gets rejected and hops back over to the backcourt. Brown. Brown takes the ball in. Pump fake. Shot by Heath, and it's off. But there is Truhaas again underneath, collecting the offensive rebound. Story wheels the ball back up court. Ball gets wheeled back up the court and flung up by Lachlan Stewart. Missed. Ball gets kicked back out top. Underneath now. Who's 21? Who is that? 21. Bayside continues on with the pressure. Okay, thank you. Aiden Crawford under the glass is a menace today. Grabs the board, swings it across. Story finishes and one. Beautiful play by the Ravens, turning defense into offense. And we've got a timeout called on the play. And as we continue on in this game, second quarter, we have 3 minutes and 24 seconds left. The Ravens are up 26-16 after some great defensive plays turned into offense. Ethan Story has been hate to use the punchline, a story in this game. We kick back into the action with Story on the line, looking to cash in on his three-point play after a beautiful finish off the glass. Story at the free throw line. Assesses. Shot is up. It just hits the front end. Rebound to Bayside. Brown swings the ball inside to Truhaas. Truhaas rejected inside, but a foul is called on Barberstock. Eastside really protecting the net well tonight. Just a little bit too much contact on the drive. Bayside rewarded with 2 free throws. Truhaas, first free throw is good. We seem to have a foghorn, Michael Kowal, in the crowd tonight.
Yeah, well, it's good to have. Well, we have a lot of good spectators at the moment.
Lots of support coming in. Story wheels the ball up the court. Defended by Brown. Back cut pick coming in. Kicks it over to the wing for Brant. Kerslake up top. Back over to Brant. Brant wheels it over to Story. Story drives, kicks to Kerslake. Kerslake looks like he got away with the double dribble. Continued on, but gets fouled in the act of passing. Potentially a favorable call there, but we'll take it. Kerslake at the line, shooting 2. The first is up and good.
That's 1 point for Eastside.
Kerslake fires away at the second shot. We have a lane violation.
Another point.
Lane violation by Bayside was called. Point goes to Eastside. Eastside looking like they're going to do a full court press back off of it. Maybe a prelude of what we're going to see later on in the game if this thing gets close. Heath swings it over to Brown. Brown swings it back to Heath. Heath pump fakes, drives, kicks it back to Brown. Brown drives again. 3 steps. That looked like 4 steps, but that's fine. They're going to give him the shot and the and one. Looked like he maybe used a bit too many steps there. Still a good play regardless. Can't convert on the three-point play, but they can with Truhaas underneath get the rebound and draw a foul. Truhaas has really been dominant on the glass today. Not even the biggest player on the court, but that just goes to show you positional play, Michael, can really go hand in hand with rebounding the ball.
Well, that's exactly it. It's really, yeah.
Thomas kicks it out on the wing to Heath. Heath misses on the backside. Lever fires it and misses long. Furious action on the court. Eastside dives to find the ball, can't find it. Now they've collected the ball and drawn a foul. Darius Richards on the ball. He's got to go lower. Story brings the ball up court. Passes it off to Brandt. Brandt to Kerslake. Kerslake assesses the court, flings it across.
Oh.
Intercepted by Bayside. Brown drives it down the court, finishes strong with the right hand. An ill-advised pass by Kerslake turns into points from Bayside. Story pump fakes, drives the lane, jumps up, misses his shot. Brown drives the ball back down the court. Brown flings a 3, rims out. Kerslake on the boards. Kerslake flings it over to Story. Story brings it up the court, assesses the court. Gets a pick and roll up top. Drives all the way to the lane and finishes with contact, fighting through the contact. Story.
That's another 2 points for Eastside. And I was hearing that apparently there's a good chance of Eastside not being able to make this, but right now Eastside's really showing that they're trying and they're really wanting to beat out Bayside.
Story has been very dominant, driving the lane, forcing the defense into making poor decisions and fouls. You can see the fouls are starting to stack up for Bayside. Let's see if he can convert this three-point play. A little too strong, and then Eastside, a little undisciplined underneath of the glass. Darius Richards, a little bit too aggressive there on the board. And we're going to call a timeout here to talk about some things, give some players a rest. These players really go hard, you know, for the time that they're out on the court. It's nice to see.
Well, that's exactly it.
No zoom. No, because it's not focused. Okay, that's fine. Is he focusing? Okay. It's still out of focus. What's that? Shots are looking fine. Shots are looking fine.
It's really nice to know that the switcher killed itself too.
All right, and we are back off the break here. We've got Brault at the line. Wayne Gretzky in basketball. I would have never thought to see it. Number 99, Brault, at the line for 2. Brault's first free throw is up and good. 30-23 with 1:26 left in the half. Brault up and good. 2 for 2 on those free throws. Critical free throw hits from Bayside. The gap is now 6 as Story wheels it underneath to Kerslake. Kerslake misses it. Rebound up again and misses it again. Richards just could not convert. Brown from distance. Misses off the backside. Gathered up by Heath. Heath kicks it out top to number 30. Brault kicks it over to Brown. Brown drives, throws it out to Heath. Heath pump fakes, backs off. Heath drives the side lane, shoots, and good. A push from Bayside, needs a response here from Eastside. 4 points is the gap now. Story swings it over to Brandt. Brandt looks back at the top, puts it over to Story. Story over to Kerslake. Kerslake wheels it back over to Story. Story flings it into the chest of Stewart. Brandt, little out of control there. Story runs back to try to negate Brown from scoring. He does a good job. Brown gets the ball back, gathers, shoots a 3, and we may have 3 shots incoming as all the momentum in this game has shifted to the Bayside Secondary School. Eastside reeling here. They need a halftime to come really quickly so that they can regroup and re-strategize here, as it's looking a little bit too disjointed. Brown has sort of taken over this game as well. Let's see what he does here with these free throws. He makes his first shot. I heard Mr. Myers claiming that someone was doing the moonwalk out there, so I'm sure he's not happy with some of the officiating. He converts 2 of 3 free throws. Brown being an issue here for the Eastside Ravens this first half. Story trying to right the ship here. Short time on the clock. Brandt in the corner. Missing. Sorry, that's not Brandt, that's Stewart, but they knock it in late. A late bucket by Eastside gets them back into the game here and leading by 6 as we go into halftime. We're going to take a brief pause, and we'll be back in 10 minutes. Thank you for tuning in to Raven TV. for Eastside Ravens well, team 20 again. Welcome back to the second half. (32-26) as the ball gets inbounded by Bayside. Number swings the ball over to the ball in to the paint. Brown back out top. A pretty aggressive pick thrown by Bayside. Goes uncalled. Those picks are kind of a bit of a sign that this game may get chippy here. Lever trying to assert some dominance over Crawford. We'll have to be tracking that as the game evolves. Story swings the ball over to Brandt. Brandt drives the baseline. Kicks it back out top to Story. Story drives the paint. Fires, misses off the backside. Gets his own rebound and puts it in. Story following up on his shot miss here. Bayside carries the ball back up the court. Brown fighting furiously with Story. Story maybe got a little bit too close, called for a foul there. Coach Myers likes the defensive effort. You're never going to be upset about a player showing some aggression out there, being physical. Bayside inbounds the ball, throws it back over the court. Unable to save it is Brown. Over and back called. Walton inbounds the ball to Stories. Walton gets it back on the side wing. Loses his dribble, but passes it down low. They swing it across to Brandt. Brandt drives the paint. Contact. Fighting through the contact to get his shot off. Just misses, but he gets 2 free throws. Excellent work by Brandt to continue his shot through the physicality and draw the call on the defense. Brandt fires, makes. 35-26 your Ravens lead. Brown carries the ball back up the court. Bench for the Ravens is chanting for defense. Brown fires from distance, and it's good. Story brings the ball back up through the legs. Goes past Brown, almost travels, but he gets away with it. Flips it to Lachlan Stewart, who deposits a beautiful finish. 2 points at the basket for Lachlan Stewart. Brown swings it over to the edge for Heath. From distance, Heath nails the 3. And he didn't nail the 3. Apparently there was an offensive foul called on Bayside, negating the 3-pointer. Does the score need to be adjusted? It looks like it perhaps needs to be adjusted, but we will see. Looks like there was a technical foul, perhaps. Maybe that's what it was. They called a technical. That's exactly what it was. A technical foul was called on the play. So now that that's been cleared up, it looks like it was a technical called. Eastside retains possession, obviously, and makes their free throw. So I'm not sure exactly what happened there. May have to ask the coach about that after the game. Story drives the lane. This game is extremely physical, as you can see by some of these drives into the lane. They're playing for keeps out here today in the Ravens' nest. Lachlan Stewart to inbound the ball. Crawford pops out, swings it back to Brandt. Brandt swings it across to Stewart. Nope. Fakes it. Brandt kicks it back across. Stewart over to Story. Story into Brandt, who spins, but he travels on the play. Thomas to inbound the ball for Bayside. We got a full court press here from the Eastside Ravens. Ball gets dribbled around. And a foul is called on Brandt for just being a little bit too aggressive on the inbound. Full court press is still on here. Thomas to inbound the ball. Brown fights through the defense by Story. Swings it across to Truhaas. Truhaas finishes strong with the left hand. Story surveys the offense, kicks it aside to Brandt. Brandt pump fakes, drives the lane, mishandles the ball, and Truhaas picks it up. Truhaas over to Brown. Brown fires and misses on his lay-in. Ravens ball. Good defense by the Ravens as Bayside was driving strong. Walton dishes to Story. Story brings the ball up the court. Baker has a little mishandling. Brown fires, and the ball is officially stuck. Back in my day, they used to have to get out a broom because no one could jump that high. Story brings the ball up the court, passes it into the middle for Barberstock. Swings it over to the wing for Stewart. Stewart airballs. Heath brings the ball up the court, dishes to Brown. Brown swings it over to the wing. Back into the middle for Truhaas. Truhaas swings it back to Brown. Heath wants it on the corner, steps out of bounds, and it's Eastside ball. Story brings the ball back up court. Puts it in the middle for Barberstock. Barberstock surveys the court, swings it back to Story. Story pump fakes, throws it across, kicks the ball out, back to Story up top. Story goes into the lane, drives with the right hand, just misses. Couldn't put quite enough English on that ball. Brown takes the ball back up the court, waiting for his pick to be set. Fires a three, and it's good. 1 point lead now for Bayside as the court has tilted in their direction in the second half. Eastside surveys the field here. It's Baker in the game. Over to Barberstock. Story takes a look at the side wing, drives, kicks it. Drive in by Eastside into Barberstock, and he finishes in close. Beautiful finish by Barberstock. Kicks over to the wing for Heath. He misses. It's an air ball. Truhaas saves it. Back out to Brown. Brown drives over to Heath. Heath fires a three. Misses, but the board collected again by Thomas. Brown from downtown misses off the backside. Romanidis grabs the offensive board, kicks it over to Brown. Brown over on the wing to Heath, who drives. Doesn't like what he's seeing, stops and travels. I think. Yes, it was. He did call him on a travel there. He did picked up that back pivot foot. You know what I mean? Eastside here looking to get back ahead in this game. 1 point lead here late into the third quarter. They drive the ball over the court. Walton on the wing. Barberstock flings the ball over to Lachlan Stewart. Lachlan Stewart gives it away. Brown brings it up. Truhaas underneath. He mishandles the ball. Barberstock has it. And we go back up the court with Walton. Walton fires it underneath of the basket. Drive by Lachlan Stewart is rejected by, I believe it was Thomas that rejected. Kerslake to inbound the ball here. 2 minutes and 56 seconds left in the third quarter. Eastside leading 40-39. Thomas inbounds to Barberstock. Barberstock fires out to Kerslake. Kerslake across the court to Lachlan Stewart. Drive by Eastside is just wide of the goal. Justin Baker with the drive. Kerslake inbounding again after the ball stays on Eastside. He's calling out his plays, calling one. Let's see what we've got here on the court. Looks like we've got some activation with some picks. Barberstock comes down low, still nobody open, but he just finds Lachlan Stewart on the wing. Lachlan Stewart feeds the middle, but it gets deflected. Kerslake has the ball back out at top. Feeds the middle to Barberstock. He turns and shoots off the glass. Did he call glass or not? It doesn't matter because that's still 2 points. Heath pump fakes, drive the wing. Heath throws the ball into Truhaas, but a foul is called, a loose ball foul. Eastside. Not quite in the bonus yet here. They're going to inbound the ball from the far wall here. Thomas set to inbound the ball. Truhaas has been a really dominant force for Bayside here. And shout out to Rip Hamilton, who made that mask famous that Truhaas is wearing. Swings it across underneath the net to Thomas. Thomas gets away with the push in the back. Eastside brings it back up the court. Swings it underneath to Kerslake. Kerslake double team down low, needs help. Swings it across the court. Brandt misses the three off the sidewall. It's still alive. Heath slows this down. Methodically dribbles across the court. Brown has the ball on the side wing. Brown throws it over to Heath. It's intercepted. Wide open lay-in. It's good. Justin Baker with the beautiful defensive play and laying it in off the glass. Brown drives, pops, misses off the glass. Truhaas gets the board. Kicks it back out to Newsom. Newsom flings it over to Thomas. Thomas jumps up in the air. The ball goes bouncing out of bounds, and it goes to Eastside. Eastside retains possession here. 44-39 with 1:25 left in the third quarter. Kerslake to inbound the ball. Theo Lavender brings the ball up court for the Ravens. Theo looks to his right, drives to his left, flips it to Brandt. Brandt puts it down low for Richards. Richards passes it across to Brandt. Misses the lay-in. Brown drives it back up court. Bayside pushing here with Heath up top. Newsom fires a three. Misses off the left side of the rim. Back over to Lavender. Lavender throws down to Brandt. Brandt on the bottom baseline here, looking over the play. Flings it across. Just out of the reach of Lavender. And we've got Bayside ball. Those are the kinds of passes you just can't make in a game this close. Higher percentage passes is going to be what the coaching staff is going to be preaching to these players. Brown passes it over deep. Truhaas got held up down low by Richards. We've got a foul on the play. Richards having a hard time handling Truhaas, who is quite good at getting in the correct positions to put pressure on the defense. Inbounded here. Open shot, but Newsom didn't take it. Heath has it out top. Back to Newsom. Newsom takes it down low to Truhaas. Throws it away, and it's Eastside's ball. Kerslake throws it into Lavender. Lavender flings it up high. Caught. Flipped underneath for Richards, and turned over by Weitzman. Truhaas spins, flings, foul. Truhaas connects with both free throws. We have a 3-point game as a full court press is called. He swings the ball up the court by Weitzman. Weitzman and Kerslake fumble the ball a little bit there. Newsom takes advantage, and Bayside has cut this lead to 1. All sorts of chaos by the net. Truhaas lays it in. This full court press has not been responded to well. They turn it over again, and Bayside ends the third quarter furiously with the pressure. Eastside unable to come up with an answer for the full court pressure that was being exerted on them. A little bit too careless with the basketball. And now Bayside enters the fourth quarter with a 1-point lead. We'll be right back. To play hard-nosed defense. The ball. Thomas about to end Brown on the wing. Story will be guarding Brown out. The wing, Newsom takes it down low to Thomas. Thomas rebound is collected by Eastside. Brandt takes the ball back up the court. Flips to Story. Story drives, kicks it back out. Down low to Crawford. Crawford, nice little dish pass down low. But it's turned over by Stewart down low. Heath brings the ball up the court for Bayside. Dishes to Brown. Brown drives, stops, misses. Rebound is cascades out of bounds, and we've got Eastside with the possession. Mac Walton inbounding the ball here to Story. Ethan Story, who had a dominant first half, has cooled off a little bit. Let's see if he can become a force again here in the fourth quarter. Passes it off to Brandt. Brandt surveys the court. Mac Walton dishes it over to the side. Three-pointer from Lachlan Stewart. Eastside takes the lead again. Back and forth we go. Newsom drives the side baseline, pops in and out. Rebound by Truhaas. And a foul underneath. Truhaas, again, dominant on the glass. He's making that mask more famous than Rip Hamilton. Coach Myers pleading with his team to box out in this game. I'm not sure what the rebound numbers are right now in the game, but it has to be heavily swayed in the favor of Bayside. Truhaas shooting his second shot, sorry. And he converts. Tie game. Back and forth we go. Story carries the ball over the court, flips it over to Mac Walton. Mac Walton goes down into the paint with Crawford, who can't finish but gets the foul. Crawford using that frame to get down low into the paint. Shooting 2 free throws here. Big free throws upcoming. A little too long on the free throw there, off glass. Crawford nails the second free throw, and the lead switches back in the Ravens' favor as he carries it down, passes off to Heath. Brown and Heath exchange the ball out top, kick down low and then reversed out top. Furious pressure on the defensive end. Brown fires, misses. Crawford boxes out for a beautiful rebound. Story carries the ball back up for Eastside. Surveys the court. Ball is deflected away. Nice defensive play from Newsom. Newsom, though, throws the ball away. Truhaas couldn't reach it. Brant and Story trying to take over this fourth quarter. Story flips it over to Lachlan. Three-pointer is no good by Stewart. Brown brings the ball back up court, dishes it over to Newsom. Newsom dishes it down low to Thomas. Thomas flips it back to Brown for the three, just misses. Truhaas collects the rebound again. Flips, turns, fade away from the elbow. Beautiful shot from Truhaas. Story flips it over on the wing for Brant. Change places here. Flipping it back over to Stewart. Stewart collects it again. Goes down low for Crawford. Back over to Brant. Brant drives the lane. Flips it out. Stewart drives. Almost finishes with the right. Draws the contact. And he will be shooting 2. Ravens really utilizing that far wing. Ethan Story at the line. Story misses both free throws. Rebounds collected by Brown, who's driving it all the way down the lane. Draws the contact and one. Could have been called for a taunting foul there, as he stared down the Eastside defenders. Story having a conversation with the official. Didn't like the call on the play. Brown converts the three-point play. Ravens stuck 4, driving the ball up with Brant. Flings it across to Theo Lavender. Back into the paint for Crawford, who was fouled on the play. Good ball movement by the Ravens, keeping the Bayside defense on their toes. Inbounds from Lachlan Stewart deep here. We have a timeout called on the play, with Eastside now trailing the game by 4 points, 52-48 with 5:05 left in the fourth quarter. been really impressed tonight with Truhaas and with Brown for Bayside. Doing an excellent job of driving the lane, putting pressure on Eastside's defense all night long. And, you know, games like this that are this close, it might come down to free throws, making your free throws, taking care of the glass, taking care of your defensive rebounds. Eastside's found some success this second half, going to Crawford, putting some pressure, using the size advantage that they have in the paint. Let's see if they can continue to take advantage of that. Lachlan Stewart to inbound the ball. Stewart passes it off to Crawford. Crawford gets to Story out top. Crawford sets the pick. Three-pointer is no good by Stewart. Excellent look, though. A great play call off of the break. Newsome brings the ball back over. Brown swings the ball over to Heath. Heath takes the ball and throws it into Truhaas, who's rejected by Crawford. And the ball is picked off by Lavender. Lavender throws the ball up court recklessly, but then he picks it back up. What a sequence. And tripped up on the sidelines. Eastside seems to have retained the ball. It is, in fact, Eastside's ball. Lachlan Stewart again to inbound. We have a substitution. Lever coming into the game. Substitution for Newsome. Newsome exits the game and Lever heads in. Stewart to inbound the ball. Crawford pops out, similar to the play before that, but then throws it away. A backcourt violation. We have another substitution as we have Newsome coming back into the game. Strategic there, getting Lever in to do some defensive coverage. He did his job, so he headed out of the game. Ball deflects off of Eastside and is Bayside's ball on the far wall. Thomas inbounds the ball. Truhaas pops out, assesses the court, dribbles, sends it out top to Brown. Brown getting a double team, checking out the court, drives down to the baseline, kicks it back for Truhaas. Truhaas underneath, tries to swing it across. Thomas gave the ball away. Story really physical from Truhaas, blocking foul on the defense. Great pressure from Eastside, turning the offensive miss from Bayside into offense. We are in bonus territory for Eastside now, so put pressure on this defense for the rest of the game. Drive that basket, try to get some free throws. Story just a little bit too long. Resetting here, trying to knock down the second free throw. Up and good. 52-49 late in the fourth quarter. Brown drives the ball down to Newsome. Newsome drives, fires a shot and misses. Rebounds collected by Thomas, but he misses. Crawford collects the defensive board, flips to Story. Story drives, and they're calling a charge on Story. Story not convinced that the defense had their feet set, thought they were still moving. We'd need to check the replay. Inbounded to Brown. Brown flips it on the wing to Newsome. Ball is turned over. Lavender lays it in with the left hand. Beautiful shot by Lavender. Brown takes the ball back up. We have a 1-point game. Truhaas tries to flip it underneath. Beautiful defense by Brandt. Now they swing it back up court with Stewart. Stewart flips it over to Story. Story off of his foot. They still collect it, though, from Lavender. Lavender kicks it over to Brandt. They exchange between Stewart and Crawford. Still collects his board, but it is out of bounds at the far baseline. And, oh, my goodness. An unfortunate set of circumstances out there. Not the type of replay that we were looking for. Mr. Heath needs to walk that one off. Brown pushes it back up the court. Newsom has it on the sidewall. Truhaas drives again and collects the foul. Clutch free throws for Bayside here. Trying to bridge, trying to increase the gap. Oh, sorry, it's not free throws. That is my apologies. It just went off of a foot, but they caught him on the backside. Caught the Eastside Ravens napping, and Heath delivered. Story flips it over to Lavender. Lavender dribbles out top, switches hands, flips it back over. Brant, Lavender in the corner, just misses. Truhaas brings it back down the court, flips up with the left hand, can't get it to go. Brant comes down with the board, flips over to Lavender. Lavender to Stewart. Back up top for Brant with a three, misses. Crawford gets the board. Lavender ends up grabbing the offensive rebound. Flips it back over to Story. Crawford down low, flips it back out. Stewart for three, hit on the three, and that will be 3 free throws. Lachlan Stewart fired it up, fouled on the play. 3 huge free throws coming up for the Ravens. Back and forth game all night long. Stewart knocks the first free throw down. Huge free throws incoming. 2 minutes and 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. It's good. Huge shots. Clutch time for Lachlan Stewart here. Let's see if he can knock all 3 down to tie this game. No good up top. It's so hard to hit all 3 of those free throws. There's just something different about it. You can usually hit 2. Hitting all 3 can prove difficult, but the ball squirted loose off of Bayside, and now the Ravens want to talk about it because they have possession. When we come back from the break, the Ravens take over possession with 2 minutes and 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter, down by 1. Eastside has clawed back into this game. Now inbounding Lachlan Stewart. 1-point game here late in the fourth quarter. Stewart kicks it over to Barberstock. Barberstock flips it back down to Stewart. Stewart for 3, misses. Rebound goes to Bayside. Bayside passes it up to Heath. Heath has possession, 1-point lead. To Brown, wide open for 3, and he knocks it down. Brown with a huge shot. Story takes the ball back up court, flips it over to Stewart. Stewart knocks it down. 2-point lead for Bayside. Brown coming down off of that huge 3 that he just hit. Goes to drive the lane, flips it to Newsom. Newsom over to Brown. Brown stutter steps and throws it away. Eastside ball, stuck 2 with 1:37 left. Bayside dialing up some full court pressure here. Good inbounds play, stretching the court. Brant takes it down low, kicks it back out top to Story. Story surveys the court, drives to the right side, gets into the paint, lots of contact, but nothing called on the play. Heath carries the ball back down. Gotta have a defensive stop here if you're the Ravens. Truhaus drives the lane, goes underneath and flips, misses it, collects his own rebound, kicks it back to Brown for a three. Dagger three. Brown from downtown. 4-point lead for Bayside. Foul by Brown. Maybe perhaps a little too amped up from that three. That foul stops the clock for Eastside. 1 minute left. They're stuck 5 points. Let's see if he can knock down 2 huge free throws. First free throw. Perhaps a little bit of nerves. Got to shake that one off here. Knock this one down or get on the offensive glass if you're Eastside. Knocks it down. Story makes the lead 4. Brown come down the court. Brown flips it to Truhaus. Truhaus down low, spins, left hand, and in. Beautiful shots from Bayside deep here, trying to close this one out. Story drives the lane, kicks to Stewart. Stewart up strong. Knocks it down. We might have to think about fouls here. 62-58 late. Eastside fouls the ball to stop the clock. They're going to try to play some clock management here. See if we can get some misses here on the free throw line from Bayside. Timeout being called. They want to talk about it. Right now, Coach Myers is going to probably be talking about what you're going to do off of any misses here on the free throw, dialing up a play. If Bayside can make their second free throw, expect full court pressure. That's what they've been doing here late in the game. So Eastside's going to have to be prepared for that. If you're just joining us, Bayside has stretched the lead here in the fourth quarter on the backs of some beautiful shooting by Brown. And Truhaus has really been dominant inside of the paint, getting to the paint consistently in this second quarter. Brown on the free throw line with 40 seconds to go. Up 4. Brown having some fun with the fans. Eastside fans come out in droves for these home games. It's great to see the support. Brown trying to knock down the second free throw, and he does. Here's that full court pressure that we were expecting. Eastside inbounds the ball to Lavender. He does a good job of grabbing it, but he throws it away and then fouls. Fouls, and Thomas is down. Coach Myers doesn't feel like there's any intention there. I'm inclined to agree. I don't think that that was intentional. It's just aggressively going for the ball. Obviously, you never want to see anybody hurt, though, on the court. It's a clock management game, though, at this point in time. Eastside running out of time here. 37 seconds left to go in the game. They have called it a technical, which means we're going to get shots from Bayside, and they will retain the ball. A huge call in this game. First one drops. (65-58). 66-68, 8-point lead for Bayside. Eastside's going to have to try to strip the ball here. If they don't get it, they're going to foul. Try to play the clock management game down the stretch here. Gotta try to turn the ball over here. They did turn the ball over. That's huge for Eastside. Eastside expecting that full court press. Kerslake, inbound the ball. Story having to dribble through pressure. Kicks it over to Stewart. Stewart down low. Gotta have a three. Misses the three. They get the ball back under the court. Throw it away, and 16.9 seconds left. Looks like we've run out of time here. Eastside furiously moving towards the court. Kerslake fires it up late in desperation. Couldn't get it to go, and this game is over. Bayside Secondary School claims the victory with a 66-58 win off of a late push by Brown and Truhaas, who did a phenomenal job putting pressure on the defense the entire game. We're hoping that we can get an interview with Brown after the game so we can hear from him and how they were able to be successful. Why? I'm here with Christopher Brown from Bayside Secondary School, whose three-point shooting really dominated the game. Christopher, where did it all go right for you guys today?
We just first half wasn't going well for us, and then just second half we knew what we were doing wrong, rebounding, defense, so we just improved that in the second half, and then.
I noticed that you guys were dialing up the pressure there with the full court press. Is that something you typically do when you're in the lead late?
Yeah, most of the time it's just it's like an instinct thing for our coach. We're just it just happens, he just knows when it's going to happen because he knows the team isn't going to deal well with it.
And finally, Truhaas, underneath, he's got the mask. I noticed that he was quite aggressive out there. Just talk a little bit about what he does for your team.
He's a great inside scorer, and his defense is just probably the best on our team. We couldn't do anything without him, really.
All right, thanks a lot for the time.
All right,
appreciate it.
you.
Well, there you have it, the story of the game. Brown dominant from the three-point line, and also Truhaas down low in ISO. Thank you for joining Raven TV for this live broadcast. We hope to be bringing more live broadcasts to you as the semesters unfold. Stay safe out there.